We are working linear inequalities in intermediate algebra. So let's look at this inequality. We have 7x is greater than 0. So we want to find the solution set, draw a graph, write interval notation. Well, this is actually pretty simple here. What numbers could we plug in for x to make this true? Well, we're going to go through the algebraic steps, and I'm going to multiply both sides by 1/7. So 1/7, or I should say, 1/7 times 7 is 1, right? So that's what we're wanting. We're wanting a 1 in front of this x here. And 0 times the number is just 0. So this says all values greater than 0. So let's go ahead and draw a graph, or at least attempt to draw one anyway. So I'm going to label 0 here on my axis, and notice this inequality doesn't include the line underneath, the equal to. So I'm going to just put a circle here, an open circle, meaning we don't include the 0, but it's everything greater than 0. And if we were to write this in interval notation, we would write it just like such. Remember, this parenthesis says that we don't include the 0 here. Alright, looking at another example, how about negative x is greater than 6? So in this particular case here, because we have the negative, we're going to multiply both sides by -1. Now, since we multiply by negative, we're going to flip the inequality. So that's one of the rules that you have to remember, is to flip the inequality only when we multiply by negative. So -1 times negative x is just x, and so we're left with x is less than -6. Let's draw a number line here, and I'm going to go ahead and just put -6 here on the number line. We'll say that this is 0, and we do an open circle and everything less than -6. And if we were to do this in interval notation, write a parentheses here because we don't include -6. Okay, so let's find the solution to this inequality. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And so now we're left with 2x is less than or equal to -8. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by half. So I guess I'll just write that in right here. And we're left with x is less than or equal to, so a half of 8 is 4. So we include the -4, so I'm going to put a filled in circle here and everything to the left of -4. And of course we can write this in interval notation. And this is a bracket here because we include -4. So this is going to be your problem to work, but I'm going to be nice enough to give you the solution. And remember that you also want to draw the graph. Right, x is greater than -12. Doesn't include it, so we put an open circle and everything to the right. So try to manipulate this thing around so that you get the proper inequality in the end, or the solution.